Hey everybody, Monty Reed, and this month we're doing the Throw and Go Challenge for Thanksgiving. We're going to do a Thanksgiving stuffing in a jar, and I'm going to start with some of the honey whole wheat dough mix. I'm just going to do 3 tablespoons of that. That's the basis for our stuffing. And I'm going to put in 1/8 of a teaspoon of baking soda, and a secret ingredient. I've got some freeze-dried vinegar. Let Chef Todd know if you guys are interested in this. If you don't have the freeze-dried vinegar, you're just going to add a vinegar when you're ready to refresh it. But if you have access to that freeze-dried vinegar, you will be amazed. The baking soda and vinegar work together to cause the bubbles. It's like Irish soda bread. And then I'm going to throw some Chef's Choice in there, 1/8 of a teaspoon. Then we're going to do a full tablespoon of turkey. And then a 1/2 tablespoon of scrambled egg mix, 1/2 tablespoon of cauliflower, 1/2 tablespoon of the Fuji apples, torn them up into little chunks, 1/2 tablespoon of celery, and then a 1/2 or a full, I'm going with the full tablespoon of the sausage because it is delicious. And that's your throw and go Thanksgiving turkey stuffing mix in a jar. And it's a slam cooking Thrive single serve magic. Slam cooking is 8 tablespoons or less, fits in a 4-ounce jar. Now what we need to do when we're ready to refresh it, if you didn't have the freeze-dried vinegar if you don't have freeze-dried vinegar, then you're going to want to take regular vinegar and you're going to add that in to activate the baking soda. So you make a soda bread, and then that will bake in the oven to a turkey stuffing. So that's your stuffing, and when you're ready to refresh it and cook, you want to preheat the oven to 350, and then you're going to want to refresh it with 2 ounces of water. One of the beautiful things about the jars is to mix it up, make sure it's on tight, and you can just give it a shake. So you can use these reusable, resealable jars, or you can use the standard mason jars. Got that mostly mixed, and the ingredients are going to refresh. Now it looks a little soupy, looks a little too wet for bread dough, right? But the fact is, the turkey, to fully refresh at room temperature, it's going to take about 20 minutes. So the turkey is very thirsty. There's a full tablespoon in there, and it will absorb some of the water. So will the sausage. And then the produce, the celery, apples, they've probably pretty much already hydrated or refreshed, soaked up the water they're going to. So it looks a little soupy, but we are going to throw this in the oven. And make sure that if there's any powder at the bottom, sometimes it gets stuck in the corners. So use the spoon to get those mixed up. Make sure you don't have clumps. So I just like to fold and roll everything and make sure it's fully mixed. And if you want to, if you have any left over, you could throw in some of the Thrive cranberries. And for this recipe, I'm just going to go with these ingredients. We're going to put that in the oven, and we'll see how that goes. So for the Thrive Single Serve Magic Slam Cooking Turkey Stuffing, we actually want to preheat the oven at 350 degrees. And so when that is heated up, we're going to throw the jar, the whole thing, into the oven. And the jar should be fine, but I'm going to go ahead and put it on a cookie sheet just to make sure, just in case it spills or cracks or whatever. But it shouldn't. It should just be fine. So we'll put that in the oven. So the stuffing has been in the oven for 10 minutes, and you could use the 8-ounce jar if you want a larger serving, but again, this is single serve magic. And if you had 8 people, you just have 8 of the 4-ounce jars in there. At 10 minutes, I'm just going to stick the fork in it and see it's not done yet. So we'll keep that in there. That's at 350. And because it's that soupy still, we're probably going to need to have it in there for another 6 minutes. We'll see. So our stuffing has been in the oven now. Total of 18 minutes, and look at that. Nice, delicious looking, amazing stuffing. Be careful, it's kind of hot. This is our Thrive Single Serve Magic Slam Cooking Turkey Stuffing. And it's just come out of the oven. We cooked it at 350 for 18 minutes. And right now, the jar's still a little hot. Now you can just dig in and eat it right out of the jar. Or, if you want to, remember that the first bite is with the eye. Now you could just throw some turkey and gravy on there. Now be careful, that's hot. You might want to use an UV glove or one of those other hot pads. But Grandma taught me to just keep moving. Keep moving and you don't get burnt. There we go. This is the Thrive Single Serve Magic Turkey Stuffing. And we'll just get in there and look at that. Beautiful stuffing. Crusty on the outside, soft and tender on the inside. There you go. Slam cooking. Turkey stuffing. Oh my goodness, you're going to love it. Keep thriving, my friends.